Good afternoon, Talkin Sticks family. This is your host, Croomy. I'm back here with another episode of Talkin Sticks, and I am blessed with the pleasure to interview the ladies of Above The Flame Cigar Company. I want, yes, please say hi to everyone, ladies. Please say hi. So, Above The Flame Cigar Company I'm going to let them break it down and tell them what's so special about them, tell them what's coming up in this week. And this week, I'm going to make sure I get the interview out. But also want to say, ladies, at Above The Flame Cigar Company, I do have one of my favorite ashtrays on deck with me from Elevate Bar Company. That's going to be on deck with me. Unfortunately, I cannot smoke with y'all because I'm in an indoor location, but I do have all your cigars on deck with me. And I do have a nice little glass of wine here because there was no big stores around for me to get some bourbon or some whiskey or something like that. So once again, welcome and thank you. And please, before we get into it, introduce yourselves and let us know what I would have been smoking on, but let us know what each one of you are smoking on and what each one of you are drinking, and then we'll do our toast.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm smoking on the Grand Marnier flavored cigar, and I am sipping on Woodford Reserve whiskey. They go perfect together.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kareem. I am smoking our flagship cigar, which is the Southeast, and I am just drinking a glass of white wine.
Nice.
Okay, I'm LaShawn. How are you all? I am smoking on Rebellion and sipping on some Woodford Reserve with a splash of ginger ale and some Fireball.
Nice.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rochelle. I'm smoking on Unleashed, and I'm sipping on Woodford Reserve.
Nice. So I have a little bit of plum wine here. Here we go. I have a little bit of plum wine. I make sure I put enough so we could do this interview. And cheers. What do we go to cheers to?
We want to cheers to a successful launch for Above the Flame Cigars on October the 16th. And we want to toast to good health and goodwill to Joelle Crooms. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
So we got to get straight into this because I want to know more. I mean, I know we've spoken briefly via phone, a little bit extensively via emails, but one, I want to say thank you for the courtesy cigars. I will be 100% trying these. I wanted to really have one today. Unfortunately, I can't, but I'm sorry about that. But thank you for sending them. But we're going to jump right straight into this. So, what is Above the Flame Cigars?
So I'll take that one. So Above the Flame Cigars is a premium cigar brand.
Okay.
It is owned and operated by 4 African American women, as you can see. We decided to get into the game because we did not see a lot of people who look like us with their own brand, and we thought that we could bring some flair to the game and that we could provide, again, a premium hand-rolled cigar that was curated by us for the people.
Nice. So you have a new cigar company coming out. I'm going to ask y'all to get more into it in a bit because I'm going to want to know about each cigar because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 cigars here. I'm going to want to know about each cigar. I had to make sure and count correctly. I don't want to be wrong. And I want to know, I'm going to ask y'all questions. Is this a lounge? Is this an online store? Is this a mobile location? So we're going to get into that. So, but before we do, since you're just launching this year, I want the viewers, the Talkin Sticks family, I want your supporters to know, one, what is the inspiration behind Above the Flame Cigar. Why the cigar business and why the name? I know it's a big question. It's a three-part question, but I feel as if all those three tie in for y'all to explain, especially since y'all just launched it.
Okay. The inspiration was that I've been smoking since the 90s. And one of the things that I realized was that there were not a lot of women-owned brands for cigars. So
Okay.
one of the reasons that I came up with this was that I was like, okay, I have 3 family members that I know that I can do this cigar business with, and we would be very successful.
Okay.
It was not just they inspired me individually, but also I just thought as a team, we would be perfect. We all bring something different to the table, which brings the business, like glues us together. Our cigar business is gonna, I believe our cigar business is gonna go to the top. We have the name, in terms of the names, we played with a few names before we decided Above the Flame. But we picked Above the Flame because when you light your cigarette, it's above the flame. And so that to us was one of the best names that we could come up with. In terms of, again, the inspiration, it was just all of us together sitting down, talking, we smoke. And so we was like, wow, we could really do something on our own and make it a big deal in the DMV. Because again, there's not too many female-owned cigar brands.
Yes,
so that was one of
you're
the
right about
biggest,
that.
that was one of the biggest reasons why we came together. You know, I was like, we've been to several different lounges, we've traveled and been to different cigar lounges, and we just said we can do this as women, one, but also making it to become a social event, not just for women, but for men as well. Because our brand is female owned, this is for everyone, and we want to be clear about that. That our brand is for everyone to try and to enjoy.
Okay. So since you're launching on the 16th, I want to ask, how was it and how long has it taken from the start of the conception of saying we want to start, we want to have our own cigar company, to how was the journey entering the cigar business?
The journey was, it took us some time, because there's a lot of parts to this. It's not just we woke up, hey, we're going to start our cigar business and that's it. Everything came together. We put a lot of love, blood, and sweat into creating this brand. And we want everyone to know that, that it wasn't easy, but it's doable. This is doable.
Yes.
And we took our time. We started sometime in July. And we took our time to put everything together so that we came up with something that we believe that the people will enjoy. And that was one of the most important things, is putting, what type of leaves we're going to use, what type of binder, what type of wrapper, our flavors, our taste, everything. And so that's why we came up with a variety.
Okay. Did y'all have a lot of support, or I should say, did y'all have a lot of support, or is it you four, like the support, the backbone?
It was just the four
one's
of
the
us.
arm, one's the leg, one's the heart.
Right,
everyone's got their position to play.
Everybody has their role.
Yes.
Everybody has their specialty.
Yes.
And we were blessed enough to get the right mix. And this is the other thing, we have been together for over 20 years.
Nice. Congratulations.
Together for over
That's
20
awesome.
years. And so sometimes situations like that don't work because your friends or your family, and we went into this understanding that it was kind of a no-no, but we were also determined to make it work. and it's working. And we stand behind this brand wholeheartedly. And I feel like we can compete with the best of them out there. So,
Yes.
Well,
and you'll see.
And I'll say this, Joe. I'm sorry. I'll say this, Joe.
no, go
There's
ahead.
definitely hurdles, whenever you're starting up your own company. But I'll tell you this here, these three women to my right, I would not venture to go on this journey with anyone else. Like Kareem was saying, and Rochelle, it's, we learn, we pull in each other's strengths. We learn from each other and we just keep on moving. Wherever, an obstacle or hurdle gets in our way, we just fight through it, and we fight through it together.
Nice.
Being together. It's who Above the Flame is. It's who we are, and it's what we're going to be presenting to the public.
Now, being females going into a kind of a male-dominated industry,
Yes.
was there a lot of support from the outside to say, okay, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, or did some people just like kind of turn their backs to where it's going to be like, if you rise, then we with you. If you sink, we're not with you.
Well, to be honest, I think that we brought a lot of our own expertise to this. We
Okay.
didn't ask for too much, information, but because we had a lot, we did a lot of research. We smoked, so we've seen a lot of things, and we've been a lot of places. So it made it easy for us to decide on how we're going to build this. It really made it easy. But in terms of support, I think our families have been supporting us. They encourage us, and really encourage us to stick together and do this. Once we start something, finish it and make sure that this happens to the best of your ability. Because there's still areas that we can grow, and do things, So it's not like we know everything, because we don't.
Right.
We're the type of women that we feel like there's a lot that people can teach us. There's a lot people can teach us, and we decide based on what works for us and go with it. Tune into our own, I guess, to our own type of
business model.
Yeah. So it's in terms of support, we felt like all we needed was our family and our friends. You know what I'm saying? Them together, I feel like we can do this. And we always ask, we're always open to honest feedback about our product. We know that we picked 5 cigars that we felt that would be very good, because they, again, are all hand rolled and premium. But we still want the feedback from the public, and that includes family and friends. And people and new people that come along and buy our product. We want to know their honest opinion and how they feel about this, and we have room to grow and to change things. Yes,
exactly.
I would say that you asked the question, was it anybody giving us advice? There was a very few, but it was all good spirited, and it was all in the spirit of whatever they could give us advice on that was going to make sure that we were winning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
we had a few people who ask questions. Are you, like you said, are you doing this? Or even people that I could go bounce things off of. I don't defer to me personally. I don't defer to a lot of people, but there are people that I do, that I really trust their opinion and know that they want the best for us.
Yes.
As a group. So many people have reached out and talked about how proud of us they are.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are like chomping at the bit, waiting on the 16th. I've had people on Instagram reach out and say, hey, how can I get a cigar? And I say, oh, well, the launch is on the 16th. And this person is like, but I need them by the 18th. Is there anything that you can do? Is there anything that you can do? And I worked something out for that person, and
we had a lot of pre-orders.
A lot of pre-orders.
Well, that's how the pre-order started, because this person was like, this was an overnight conversation from one night to the next morning.
Yes.
So that person was serious, and they really wanted our product. So when you show up like that, I just figured we had to figure out a way to accommodate. And so that person is now happy, and we still looking forward to the 16th.
Yes.
And that's the level of customer service anyone can expect from Above the Flame.
Yes.
Well, because I have 4 beautiful women in front of me. I want to ask y'all.
Thank you.
Can y'all each remember? Let's get a little bit of personal. Let's move away from business just so they can know a little bit more about y'all. Can y'all each remember the first time you had a cigar? And if you do remember when you did, can you remember which cigar it was?
Okay. So my first cigar was in 2018 around the summertime. It was Tatiana. And I did not know all the different types of cigars, flavors, and all of that. So I tried a Tatiana. I believe it was Ruby Blue at the time. Delicious. So from that time until around 2020, I had maybe 10 cigars the entire time, ranging from a light to a medium body. And in summer last year, during the pandemic, it was a Friday night routine, and it has increased slightly since then. So it's, usually 2-3 days a week for me. And I still do a Tatiana every now and again. Of course, Above the Flame is now my favorite. I'm just saying, shameless plug. But we have some awesome cigars, and I still do, the Tatianas and some others. But yeah,
I never had a Tatiana, but I will tell you, if you want something sweet, because I hear Tatianas are sweet, and they, a little bit of flavor, I will tell you try the Sweet Jane by Lauch Date. I will tell you to try that. You would kind of like that one.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will do that. Lauch Date I do like a Lauch Date on occasion. So yes, I will try it for sure.
So try the Sweet Jane. Okay, I'm ready for the next one.
So my first cigar was in the late 90s. I happened to be in San Juan, Puerto Rico, visiting my uncle. Hi, Uncle Lionel. Who lives in Puerto Rico. And I was coming out of a nightclub one evening, and there was a gentleman outside hand rolling cigars. I've never smoked before that. And I said, I want to try this. And so it was a different experience because I didn't know how to smoke. I didn't know what I was doing. But, people were there to show me and teach me. And ever since then, I've been smoking. I've smoked a lot of different brands, so many I couldn't even speak on it. Nice. But as my counterpart here said, Above the Flame is it for me. I just love the hand-rolled cigars, the premium flavors, all of that.
Definitely.
It's like a big deal. It's a different smoke, and it's just a natural flavor. And the flavors that we have something for everyone. So I think people will be very pleased.
Okay, next.
Okay, so my first cigar is today, and it's the Southeast. It's a full body cigar.
You better get used to this.
What I said previously was that I believe in my product.
Right.
And so I didn't start off with the baby. I started off with the big boys. It's our flagship cigar, the Southeast.
Hold up. Which one is that? Let me.
Black label. White with the black label.
Okay, hold up. This one, right?
Yeah, this is our flagship cigar.
Southeast. Okay.
Triple the hero leaf.
Yes.
It's a full body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
it.
That's
it. It's smooth. Mm-hmm. And this is a great cigar. You should try it.
Oh, I will. Trust me. I will. Trust me. It's going to happen.
Last time, and like my counterpart right here to my right, I'm smoking Sweet Ash, mild cigar today. But Grand Marnier flavor, and it is delicious, I must say. And I say, as a little kid, my father used to smoke El Producto. I don't know if anyone even remembers what that is. But I tell you, I was not a fan at that time of him smoking them cigars. But this is, they've come a long way. He old school, old head and everything. But this is it. So you all advertise Above the Flame. And like my cousin said down here, We have a flavor for everyone's palate.
Yes.
So I know y'all mentioned the flagship cigar, so I would just jump straight into this. And I know I mentioned that I have 5 cigars here. So what is the flagship cigar? I know the question is a little different, but what is the flagship cigar and what are the other cigars?
Okay. So, good. So the flagship cigar is the Southeast. It's a full-bodied cigar, has a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, has the Dominican binder, and the filler is Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Honduran.
Okay. That's the flagship cigar.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next? Since I got them on here.
We also have Wicked. It's a medium to full strength.
It's orange, white with the orange stripe.
That's right.
Okay, hold up, because you got 2 of them.
Okay.
I got the
All right.
Wicked right there. This is the
Okay.
Wicked.
That's the
That's
one.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Okay. It has a medium to full body strength. It's a Honduran, Nicaraguan wrapper, has a Honduran binder, and it's filled with Nicaraguan and Criollo.
Okay.
So your next one is Unleashed.
That's what I'm just talking.
Unleashed. Oh, this
Unleashed.
is the one who's been having my attention a little bit.
That's the perfecto. That's the perfecto, yes. So Unleashed is a medium to full body. It's a Mexican San Andres Maduro wrapper, has a Nicaraguan binder, and the filler is Colombian, Dominican, and Nicaraguan.
Okay.
Right. Next one is the one I'm smoking. That's the Rebellion.
The
Green
Rebellion.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on point. You see, I'm ready.
That's
You
right.
are, Joel, you are.
We love it. It's a mild medium strength, has a Cameroon wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and the filler is both Nicaraguan and Dominican.
Okay.
The next is our Sweet Ash.
That's what I'm smoking. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sweet Ash. That is a mild strength. Our filler is mixed, and the flavor is Grand Marnier.
Delish.
Very delicious.
So it has
Oh,
kind
that's-
of
that's a
orange
straight flavor.
taste to it.
That's a straight flavor cigar.
Yes, it has like an orange taste. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already gonna tell you, some of my boys that I sit down and smoke with, they're going to be in love with that one. I can tell
Okay,
off
okay.
the flagship cigar is your first cigar, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what made y'all go with that as the flagship cigar?
Okay, so our flagship cigar again is the Southeast. It's the full body. We believe a lot in our community. I'm DC for life,
Yes.
and Southeast DC. We named it
Wow.
Southeast to pay homage to our city.
Mhm.
It's our big body, our flagship, and our it's a full body cigar. And we picked this one because when we think about Southeast, it's a little hard, it's a little gritty, you know, it has its own style, its own flavor, you know, it could be a little rough, but as you see, we made it out. It's strong.
Yes.
It's strong.
It's strong.
And we
And,
can still go back if we need to.
That's
Still go back if we need to.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
you go. And I just didn't feel like, you know, number one, we're 4 women. There's not a lot of us with our own brand, not selling somebody else's, our own brand. And a lot of the grit and the determination that we all have individually comes from our experience of growing up in Southeast. So we have to pay homage, you know what I mean?
We're going to get into the Talkin Sticks question of the hour, and I made y'all put it on hold. But what can we expect? I can't say in the near future because it sounds like it's like in the works right now. But what can we expect in the near future from Above the Flame Cigar?
Well, I think you've already heard over and over again, so we cannot reiterate this enough. Our launch is coming on October the 16th. That's this Saturday coming up. We plan to have a local grand launch, which is when you'll get your invitation to come on down and hang out with us. And this is to let the community get to know the faces behind their future favorite cigar brand.
Right.
You know, we want to continue listening to our customers to ensure our product offerings meet their needs. And again, as we've already said, get that feedback, because if something is not working for them, then it's not working for us. I
Yes.
think, you know, and at the end of the day, ATFs is only as successful as our customers make us. So that's very, very important. We plan to secure a position on as many retail shelves as we can to give us that maximum brand exposure. So like you said earlier, not just local, but we want to go higher. We want to go farther. We want to spread our wings, and we're going to fly.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that, you know, that's our near future. And certainly last but not least, we're going to come back to Talkin Sticks and tell your audience give them the latest update and let them know what Above the Flame has been up to and what our next steps are. We appreciate you, Joel, Talkin Sticks
Yes.
over and over again. You will never
Yes.
know how much we appreciate this opportunity
Yeah.
to be in front of your audience,
Yes.
to help us to spread our wings and fly.
I appreciate that. So, Talkin Sticks family, y'all have heard it from the mouths of Above the Flame Cigar. Y'all heard it from them. Launch date is the 16th. Hey, y'all. Follow Above the Flame Cigar on Instagram. Like their posts, share their posts, purchase their cigars.
Yes.
If you're not already, go ahead. Sorry.
I just wanted to throw this plug in. You can find us at www.abovetheflamecigars.com.
Yes.
Okay. So
That's our website.
Yeah.
on Instagram, Above the Flame Cigars.
Yes.
Okay. And www.abovetheflamecigars.com.
Yes.
Go there. Purchase your cigars from there.
Yes.
Like their page.
Yes.
Follow their page. Like Talkin Sticks.
Yeah.
Hear their stuff. And subscribe for Talkin Sticks. And there's going to be a part 2 of Above the
Yes.
Flame Cigars and Talkin Sticks.
Yeah.
You
We're
better
gonna-
believe it. You
We're
better
going to
believe it.
promote it out there. If there's nothing else that we have to say, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. As I always say, we appreciate y'all, and peace, love, and God bless.
Bye,
Bye, Joel.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Talkin Sticks.
Appreciate you.
Ah.